Hey guys, in this video we are going to just quickly go through how do you calculate the area of a regular polygon, and what I've chosen is to give you the most difficult type of problem you'll face. Sometimes you'll be able to skip steps if you're given certain values, but I want to show you what the longest type of this problem might look like so that you're ready to do all of the steps if you need to. So the first thing you can see is I have the process right here that you learned in the video lesson. First off, we always start by just identifying what information they give us in the picture. And we often have to calculate that central angle so that we can divide the central angle by 2 and set up this small right triangle. This is the small triangle that lets us actually calculate the apothem and the side length so that we can calculate the area using the area formula that we have right here. That area equals 1/2 apothem times the side times the number of sides. But if we're not given the apothem and the side length, then we're going to have to use this small triangle to find those values. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in this example down here. So in this example, I chose to give you a really big shape. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sides. So if I'm listing out what I know that n is 9 because n is the number of sides. And I know that the radius is 10. Remember, that's the radius because it goes from the center to a vertex. And then I know that I could set up my right triangle. It would look something like this. It would look like this. And that's how I'm going to be able to get my apothem and my side length. So if we look at that right triangle, we know that this side is 10. We're going to have to figure out what this angle up here is to be able to get the apothem and the side. So that was step 2 listed here. We're going to have to get the central angle and then divide the central angle by 2. So my central angle, I am going to do 360 divided by 9, and that gives us 40. And then to get that small angle, I'm going to do 40 divided by 2, and that gives us 20. So this right here is going to be 20 degrees. Now that we know that angle, we can use trig to evaluate the apothem and the side length. So if I look at my apothem and side length, I know this is my adjacent side, this is my opposite, and this is my hypotenuse because I'm using the 20-degree angle as my reference angle. So to find my side length, or that's the side divided by 2, I'm going to do sine of 20 is s over 10. Now that I've set this up, I can multiply these two values together, and we get s equals 10 sine of 20. This would be when I take out my calculator. I'm going to have to change my mode. But once I change my mode, I can do 10 sine of 20, and we get 3.42. So s equals 3.42. And then I do remember that this only gave me this piece right here. So to get the entire side, I'm going to do 3.42 times 2, and I get that the whole side is 6.84. So if I look back at my formula, I know that s is 6.84. Our last step is that we have to calculate the apothem. So I'm going to use trig again this time. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it. You could do Pythagorean theorem, you could use tangent, or you could do cosine. So I'm going to use cosine and say that cosine of 20 is equal to a over 10. The setup is actually just like the previous one, where now I can multiply these two together, and we're going to get a equals 10 cosine of 20. And I can take my calculator and do 10 cosine of 20, and I get 9.397. You notice that I'm saving some of my decimal places, even though I'm probably not going to need as many at the end, just because we're doing a lot of different calculations, and so it's helpful to have more decimal places than you need so that at the end you're not really far off. So I know that my apothem is, we said that that was 9.397. So now you won't always have to solve out this triangle. I had to because I did not have the apothem or the side length. If you had the side length, then you would only have to calculate the apothem. If they give you both, you don't have to calculate anything. But you need to be ready to solve all three of those sides if that's what if it's what the problem is asking you for. Now that we have all of those values, we can actually calculate the area. And we remember that our area is 1/2 apothem times the side times the number of sides. So that would mean that our area would be 1/2. The apothem was 9.379 times the side, which was 6.84, times the number of sides, which was 9. And if we use our calculator, we would get 1/2 times 9.379 times 6.84 times 9. And we would get that the area is 288.69. 288.69. And in this case, I believe we were using inches, so it would be inches squared. So you notice how it is a long problem. There are a lot of different steps involved, but each calculation does not take us very long. It is just putting all those calculations together that can be difficult. Good luck on your assignments, and I'm always here to answer any questions.